Welcome to Cheddleton shunt frame, and this shunt frame controls the exit from the yard here at Cheddleton. It's merely a glorified ground frame in its original Signalbox. This Signalbox came from near Sandbach. It was a crossing box, very kindly moved by Foden's Limited back in the 1970s when the steam centre was first set up. And the actual setup here at Cheddleton, we have our exit from the yard here where we are. Our Signalbox is just about here. We also control the stock siding on the other side of the level crossing. You can't really see it very well. It's tucked right down there in the distance, and that's released off lever number 1, which also requires you to lock the frame up so that you can't run any moves at this end of the station while you're running a move out to that end of the station. Obviously you don't want two things going on at the same time, so you don't want something happening this side and something happening that side at the same time. The level crossing is controlled by a level crossing operator down here. He has an annunciator of 2 treadles, so he knows when the trains are approaching, and that's at the moment it's flags, but that will be signalled at some point soon. And the signals actually are down there. One of them is, as you see. I'll look around the yard there. The diesel's just getting ready to take the stock out, and the Polish TKH will be the service for the day. As you can see, here's some of our signalling going in. So the points that we control are these double enders here. And that is our points 11 and 8. The frame is locked up off lever 14 with the annex key down at the bottom. This is the starting signal release key from console. You'll see in another one of our videos. This is the key for the section, and obviously its padlock is released at console, so you can effect 2-train running. Also there is the key the other way going for Leakbrook Junction, and keys for various other things on the gates, etc. And that's for going that way. We have our 2 token machines. One sits in phase, one sits out of phase. This is the token machine 2 console box that you see in our console box video, and that machine allows us to do the 2-train running, and also should we need to release this box here as a shunt frame to get an engine out, because we have the ability to send one train towards Leek and then start the passenger service between here. So we can have 2 trains. We can have one up the branch. The line goes round the back of the hill there and back up towards the top at Ipstones, and we have this long section here all the way down the valley as well. So we can get a key out of that machine, put it in that machine, and that allows us to release the machine down at Leakbrook, so we can send the train back at the end of the day, which saves having to ferry the key round from here to there manually or by car. So that's what those 2 machines are. And our ground frame, as I mentioned, Kensington Holland, Cam and Soldier with a little bit of tappet locking on it as well, added when there's steam centre days, because one of the things that's happened here is when this box was erected originally, this was the steam centre. So one of the things you had was, you actually had working signals down here, just coming out the yard there and coming out of what was the bay platform there. At the time, the main line was still the British Rail Sand line. So the steam centre operated a shuttle service, and signals could be left off, or you could man it. So if you wanted to, say like on a mini gala day, to drop things out of the shed onto change the engines over, etc. Long before I was born. Long before I was born. But that's our Signalbox, our frame. We've extended it for plans, but there may be future plans coming into use here as well. And you'll probably notice this little contraption on the corner. There was 2 of these made, one for the Foxfield Railway, one for the Churnet Valley Railway, by a chap who used to work at JCB, a lovely lad. And basically it's not locked, but it does have the ability to have an electric lock in. When you put the staff key in there, it makes a series of contacts inside. And a beautiful little instrument, well-made instrument. Was planned to be used as part of the releasing of the box. So that's a little thing that we can put in use. The one at Foxfield is actually in use now, down at Cavsall Road on the Signalbox there.